Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the 1988 Japanese exclusive sparkadash figure Javil. So if this guy's looking familiar to you, what we're going to do with this video, we're going to do some comparisons and explain the differences between him and his Hasbro counterpart. I'm going to also show you some of the other Japanese sparkadash figures which again had different decos to these. I'm going to give you an idea of size and scale of how they measure up to some of today's figures, and we can of course discuss, even though unfortunately I don't have an original packaging, the difference between how they were packaged in Japan between how they were packaged in the rest of the world as well. So as I just pop all these away, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if you do want to see some more Japanese exclusive figures, then to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because I've got an actual playlist full of Japanese Generation 1 exclusive figures that you might like. Right, here he is then, and these figures, don't get me wrong, are as basic as they come, but they're just so much fun. So this guy's name is Javil. He came out in 1988, and so did this, which is the Hasbro version. His name was Sparkstalker though, and this is a brilliant example of how two companies, even though they were producing exactly the same toys, went off into completely different angles. Now granted, they also started in 1987 with Headmasters, but in 1988 in Japan they were still making cartoons. The cartoon at the time was called Super God Masterforce, and it had some new molds, some new characters that Hasbro hadn't used, and it also used some molds that Hasbro did. But again, it's just a glaring example of how one company can go one way and one company can go the other. Now ironically enough, in the cartoon he didn't sport this colour scheme, but they changed the colours in the toy. The figures themselves are beyond basic, but they are charming and indeed a lot of fun. They were referred to as sparkadash in Japan, but that also referred to the Autobots as well, whereas obviously we differentiated the two factions with Hasbro calling them firecons and sparkabots. So the main difference, as you can see, is the fact, of course, that the Japanese one is red. There is different colour on the face sculpt. I think that is supposed to be a brighter white. It perhaps has just faded or got a bit sun-dewed over time. Now these, of course, now I don't think these are going to work. I'm going to have a quick go, to be honest, to see if their sparking gimmick works. Now the transformation process is as simple as this, and I don't usually do the transformation processes, but with this I think I'm pretty safe in doing it, and I'm at no risk. He says tempting huge fate in damaging this particular figure, but the main reason as well is I only have one, so I can't do the multiple display, and I want to show you again the differences between them. So very quickly then, articulation. There is only leg articulation in robot mode. The arms are fixed and fused, nothing else. And funnily enough, he has more articulation in his alternate mode, which you can see when I bring this up. The legs do move, and so do the small limbs. Now the gimmick on this, you can see this isn't going to work straight away, was that they shot sparks out of their mouths like this. So it's pretty much like an old school lighter, so it worked with a flint, so you'd lift the legs up. I'm going to try both of them because you never know. And you'd glide them, that one doesn't even go around, like that, across on their belly. And it would, in some cases, when it was brand new of course, it would fire out sparks which just looked spectacular. While they're on the sides, now it's really apparent the colour difference, and of course the horns at the front are different as well. Now the other things to be aware of is corroded screws, with these being old figures, and all of the limbs. This one must be quite loose because you can see there, and as I've already pointed out, sun fading with this. I'm going to have a go, to be honest, because that looks pretty fresh. So what you need to do is make sure all the limbs are up out of the way. Oh, it might work. It is. It did a couple of little sparks there, but that has completely surprised me for a start. Probably woke my kids up in the room next door. But I wanted to show you how it worked. Right, there we go. One other quick last thing to show you is mainly the difference is how these were packaged. Now unfortunately I don't have any of the Decepticons or Destrons as they were known in their packaging, but the packaging is exactly the same as this. This is an example of the Autobots. They were packaged in these little boxes, once again showing off the gimmick, where of course Hasbro were still putting their figures into bubbles and sealing them onto cards like so. So huge difference there. And I suppose this is just going to wrap the video up now. I'm going to transform him very quickly back into his robot mode, because what I want to show you is the other two members of the Decepticon Sparkadash team. I'm going to do a full comparison video as well, releasing at the same time as this. So that is, of course, well, you don't know, this is Guzzle, which the Hasbro name was Cindersaw, and this is Sizzle. And I know you're thinking these names are very familiar, who was exactly the same. They didn't change anything at all with this, and his Hasbro name was Flame Feather. But this concludes looking at this particular guy, Javil. Keep your eye out for the comparison video between the Hasbro and the Takara variants of these that's going to be uploaded at the same time. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Take care. So I just wanted to obviously add this at the end. I did wake my kids up and I did end the first part of the video a little bit early. So as promised, here are some size comparisons. So if you collected Generation 1 figures like myself, there is a G1 Minibot. So these were even smaller than the G1 Minibots. There is a G1 Prime. So you can see pretty much how small he is. There's some Generation 1 figures. Let's move on to some more recent, or some more new current figures, shall we say. There is obviously a core class Optimus Prime. Funnily enough, I've got a warrior class strong arm there as well, so she's huge compared to him. So you can see these figures, they're not even core class size. They are absolutely tiny. That's a deluxe animated Prowler in the alternate mode, which is as tall as he is in the alternate mode. If you collect third-party figures, there is New Age Optimus Prime, Magic Squares Trailbreaker, and what else have we got here? I must have something else somewhere else. Yeah, I've got a Doctor Wu Ultra Magnus. But yes, apologies for popping this at the end, but I did want to make do with my promise. There is a few of the comparisons with a quick Iron Factories sheen as well there. So nice small little figures. Once again, I'd like to remind you all that there is individual reviews of all of the Japanese versions on this channel, and there's going to be a special collection video uploaded as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.